Hello everyone, welcome back to Hermione's Horror Reviews. On this channel I do horror book hauls, horror book reviews, both digital and physical edition, audiobooks, and so much more. So in today's video I'm going to be talking about my new book that's coming out on September 10th, and that is Fangs and Blood, 30 Short Horror Stories. So for people that think that writing a horror book is easy, it's not easy. It's not easy at all. It is a challenge to do because you don't know if your stories are mediocre horror, really bad horror, or really good horror. You don't know. It's not like fantasy or mystery where you can write just something down and people will buy it. I really felt compelled to try again in writing horror, even though I do have a horror book that I have completed, but I won't publish it, especially with that obscenity law that may end up becoming the law of the land. I don't want people to see that book, at least not until that ends or something happens. So, I picked two monsters that are very synonymous with horror, and that is the werewolf and the vampire. And I did 15 stories on each of them. And I'm going to be honest, I really enjoyed that process of writing those stories. Because it really helped me focus and helped me to figure out what worked and what didn't work in story making. So we have several different kinds of people that become, either they're born like that and later on they become it, or they're changed, or they are people that take advantage of their condition, people that encounter these things through what they need to do to survive, different things like that. One of the longest stories in the book, and I'm not going to tell you which one it is basically about a girl who is like 18 years old, typical age of these girls that fall in love with these bad boys. And she's essentially being hunted by essentially what we should call this dark, forbidding kind of person. The kind of boy that women just swoon over. Like you see in Haunting Adeline and various different garbage texts that, So you have this extremely attractive boy. She falls in love with him, but you don't know until the end what's going to happen. So it's a way of like poking fun and making fun of a genre like romantasy that has very questionable characters in it, questionable male leads, and all that type of stuff. And as a horror author, I feel compelled to make fun of that. I really do. I feel compelled to make fun of it because it's not a normal, healthy relationship that we should be, allowing young women to have. We always warn them about how bad men can be, and then they are idolizing it and all that type of stuff. So as a horror author, I felt the need to poke fun of it and really go and basically not every bad boy is safe. Let me tell you, none of the bad boys are safe. So I had a lot of fun doing that, and that actually took me an entire week to write because I wanted to put as much annoying little things in it that we could possibly ever think of. I've got energy vampires. I've got blood-sucking vampires. I have one that's almost literally the same number of pages as the other one that has a hybrid. I've got I've got a used car dealer who I got a mailman, I've got a chef, I've got a teacher, I've got a police officer. I got so many different kinds of people that are either vampires or werewolves in the story, and I had a blast writing it. It was so much fun to just sit out there and just explore those themes of horror and how sometimes normal looking people can truly be monstrous and nasty. Now I am going to be writing a horror book, not an anthology, but a horror book. But I'm gonna take my time on it. I'm gonna spend like 2 years writing this book because it might take me that long because there'll be probably whole weeks that I don't want to write anything. But yeah. I am definitely dipping my toes into writing horror, and this one is supposed to be coming out September 10th of this year, and I will be making it into a physical edition. I just have to find the perfect cover where I can get the file for both the digital and the physical edition and everything. So I am going to be working on the synopsis for the book, and then I will try to find my cover art. So hopefully everything will turn out well. I will have the money to afford both the physical and the digital cover art, which will be the same cover art. And when I get that, I will show you guys what it looks like. Alright, so that's my video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Bye.